as you can tell from the title of this video, it's all about Copenhagen today. And good morning, by the way. Right now I'm at Stansted Airport and I'm about to meet Ben, who you'll remember from various other vlogs. And he found an amazing deal online, so we're going to be flying to Copenhagen for £10 there, £10 return. And if you've been following my journey for a while, you know I've spent an extensive amount of time in Scandinavia, Sweden, Stockholm to be exact. And I've racked up so many hotel points that accommodation is free as well. So the net effect is £20 for a weekend in Copenhagen. That's amazing. So that's a deal I couldn't pass up on, and decided to take a few days off work anyway, just head out there, get a break. And I think hopefully I can refresh my mind, and it'll be great to see different scenery as well, because to be honest with you, London I've photographed to death, but Copenhagen I've never even been to, so it's going to be a whole new venture, uncharted territory for me. In the interest of not missing my flight, I should probably head into the airport terminal right now. At the airport now, waiting for the flight to board, and look who I ran into.
Yo, yo, yo.
Be more photos here. Follow me on Instagram.
What are you saying? Good? Good morning.
That's the usual tagline. So here we are.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Flying to?
Flying to Munich.
Munich. Okay.
No.
He's flying to Munich, which is great, because that means I don't have to put up with him in Copenhagen. So we've just boarded the train to head into central Copenhagen, and Ben over here is camera ready.
No, I'm not.
No, not. He's holding a camera in his hands though, and the plan is, because similar to the DLR in London, you can look out the front of the train, so we're just gonna see what we can snap along the way. So we finally made it, and we're here in the city centre of Copenhagen, in the very famous Superkillen Park. Check this out behind me. Can you see all those squiggling lines? It just looks insane. We're on top of a hill actually, and it's amazing just to see all these lines across the floor and these people walking past with their long shadows right now, because it's mid-afternoon and the light is super harsh. Just look at this. It's crazy. So that obviously lends itself very well to capturing silhouettes of people and capturing that strong contrast of the lines and the people and the shadows, and that's exactly what we're going for. So using the wide angle at the moment to capture as much as possible and just really create a lot of drama and a really big wide sense of scale, I guess. And speaking of sense of scale, that's why it's really good to capture some people as well, just to give you a reference point as to how big this park really is and how wide those lines are apart. So without me waffling on, let's go take a look at some photos. So that's us done at the Superkillen Park here in Copenhagen, and now we're off to location number 2 of the day. And we're fast running out of time because we've got like 1 hour, 1.5 hours of daylight left, because it's in the middle of winter now, so it is a bit of a struggle. You got to make the most of your time. And I've moved all the way to the other side of town because this is the most iconic area of the whole of Copenhagen, and that's the new Harbour. I think, don't ask me to pronounce that, Nyhavn. I'll put the name here. That's where I'm at right now, and the site's just stunning, very classic, very old school, and it's right now at sunset, and we got water, and those are the two combinations I love photographing the most, and I can't wait to get shooting. So let me show you the composition I had in mind. Check this out. This is all the classic buildings here in Copenhagen. How beautiful, how stunning, how quintessential, and that's exactly my style. Iconic landmarks during the perfect time, middle of golden hour. Oh, can't wait to get the shot. And I'm thinking long exposure, of course, because that's my classic style. I think if I can freeze this water down here with a long exposure of maybe 2 minutes or so, I can really make it look silky smooth, which is entirely my style, and make this place look really surreal and beautiful. So that being said, let's get the tripod out and make this happen. So let me tell you guys a bit about why I chose this specific composition. Actually, typically I tend to put a foreground element and a background element into my shots, but this time I opted for something different, a very almost two-dimensional feel to the photo, where you've got this straight horizontal line in the middle of the shot of the buildings above it, and I'm hoping through the 3-minute long exposure to make this water super smooth, and you can see a bit of reflections here. So I want to make these look really surreal and really pronounced through that smooth water effect. Now, typically I shoot for 6-stop filter around sunset, and because of packing lightly, I only brought the 10-stop filter along this time, because it's actually a screw-in filter, which is a lot smaller than the usual slide-in filters that I use with a proper filter system. Now, a good thing to do when trying to find out how long your shutter speed should be is to take a light meter reading just before you take the shot and use a calculator. So I use the Nisi calculator, which is an app for my iPhone, and by setting the strength of the filter and the shutter speed I achieved without a filter, I can calculate how long I should use the shutter speed for with a filter to find the exact same exposure value. So that kind of takes the guessing game out of the shooting, because that way you get much more accurate results. It's a lot of fun as well to do a bit of trial and error with ND filters just to get the right shutter speed right. And experience also definitely helps just to give you a bit of a ballpark figure. With the sunlight fading really fast right now around sunset, you don't want to make mistakes, you just want to get it spot on right the first time, and those calculators can be very, very helpful for that. Second shot I've wanted to take from the exact same location, I've thought of something a little bit different. Instead of going for that very flat, two-dimensional look of just the facade of the buildings, I thought let's make it a bit more of a 3D feel by using this edge here as a leading line, using this beautiful sailing ship as a foreground element, and of course using the rest of the classic harbour as a background element. So that's a very well-balanced, well-composed scene in my personal opinion. And I really like the flavors right now because the sunset's just at peak right now, and we're getting all that beautiful tones coming through, just looking beautiful. Come check this out. Look at all those tones back here in the sky. Loving it. So this is all the ingredients for a really great photo, and I'm feeling very confident about this. So camera back on the tripod, because I'm going for some long exposures again. Same effect of the water, just to make that really surreal, glassy looking effect. And yeah, let's go check out the results. For the last shot from this location, nothing crazy new or crazy imaginative, just similar shots to the first one I took, and that's just a few houses further down. And what caught my eye here this time around is, check this out. The name of the place is actually written on the building in neon signs, and that's looking kind of cool. And also you can see it reflecting down here in the water in red, which is looking kind of awesome as well. So just a different variety of the same shot really. Again, going for that 2D effect with the mirror in the water. Now the sun's already set and we're in the very early blue hour, which means I could pack away the ND filter because it would just be way too strong. And with a tight aperture, which also reduces your exposure value, I guess, you can increase your shutter speed that way, and I could still get 2 seconds, which allows for the water to be nice and smooth. Now with a boat passing through, of course, that stirs up the water and you don't get that nice smooth effect, but with the right timing you can just get it perfect. Now without me waffling, let's go take a look at this final result, because I'm pretty happy with it. So as you can tell, the best of the light's now behind us as we're already deep in the dark blue hour, and I doubt we'll find any more good compositions for today, but I'm pretty happy for all the results we got. Checking out the harbour was amazing, and then the super Killen park with all the squiggly lines was a lot of fun too. So I think very successful day all around, but we've got a lot more action planned here in Copenhagen, and if you want to stay tuned for days 2 and 3 here, you know what you have to do. Hit that subscribe button below and you won't be missing out on any of that action as well. So thanks for watching. Be sure to drop a thumbs up and a comment below, because that helps the channel grow, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Good night.